university student vacation. We also do teacher workshops, and I run these teacher workshops on a Monday or a Friday because I'd really like people to come from out of town. I've just chosen this. This was good science. This was a wine tasting where you're blending wine with science. So we've got Professor Rob Sherlock giving the chemistry behind all the aromas and flavours. And of course these workshops are usually full-day events, and you can tie them onto a weekend in Christchurch. So if you're interested in one, I hope you'll come. And they seem to be enjoying themselves. One of the areas, obviously, that Lincoln is doing very well in is the area of viticulture and enology, and the customer demand, the jobs for our graduates. People are asking to take them away before they've completed their degree, so there really are jobs available in the land-based industries. Now, actually, one of my film stars has just walked in, David Palmer, Professor David Palmer, and he's the one that is doing, I'm going to show you a little clip in a minute, from our offering for teachers for this year. Now, I imagine most of you are chemistry teachers, and this, I'm going to ask you to take a copy with you and pass it on to your head of biology, because obviously this is an internal achievement standard. It's worth 3 credits. And the emphasis in this internal has gone from the techniques to the applications. So we've got people using the molecular techniques at Lincoln, and these applications, for example, David is doing research into Batten disease in sheep, and here's one of their flock of sheep. They have a flock with Batten disease that's just outside the campus, and so using a sheep model is very useful. This was another slide from the DVD which shows the effect of this disease on the brain. Now, I'd never heard of this disease, and possibly you might not have heard of it either, but I'm not exactly a world-leading expert, and it's rather embarrassing having a world-leading expert standing over my right shoulder. But basically, it's a disease that can affect young children, and the families don't know the young children have got this disease until they're possibly 4 or 5 years of age, and initially they go blind, and then they have a neurodegenerative sort of disease. Their brain is obviously shrinking, and very shortly they die, and there's no cure. So having a sheep model that they're able to work on and to look at the genes and the techniques involved in doing the research ultimately may find a cure for this disease. Pretty rare, but there is a family in New Zealand that I believe is affected by the disease, and certainly in other countries. Yes. Another little section in the DVD, we have a commercial lab at Lincoln, and that is concerned with identifying susceptible sheep for diseases like foot rot. So you can see here the hoof of an affected sheep and how debilitating it is, and so that's another area that's featured in the DVD. This commercial lab, farmers will send blood samples, the blood will be analysed, and you will obviously only breed from your rams that are given a really good resistance rating to foot rot. We also do cold tolerance and a number of other gene marker tests that are used. So I hope your biology department will find the DVD quite useful. Now, another thing I do at Lincoln, I have the year 12 students in, and this is getting a bit of a reputation now. We have a quiz. So I thought, I hope it will work, and I've got a few little prizes. I'd like you to watch this and hopefully listen to it if everything's working okay, and then I've got some questions for you.
The rhythm of life is a powerful beat, with a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. The rhythm of life is a powerful beat, with a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm in your bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. Flip your wings and fly to your daddy. Take a dive and swim to your daddy. Hit the floor and cross his daddy.
don't know how to play this. There's 3 questions. They're all going to come up at the same time. Multi-choice, and I've only got 3 prizes. So first one for A bit for number 1, 2, and 3. Come on then. A. First, well done. Which type of species should not appear after the comet extinction? Yes. Okay. I might bring yours. I don't think I'm quite that good shot. What's the species at the end? Who said that? Great. I hope you know someone who's got a size 7 foot.
No, I don't.
Okay, what? I know I've really just about run out of time here. Oh, it's the answers. Okay. What I was going to just quickly show you is, hopefully, this DVD. One of the problems I have had, and which is why I'm using the laptop, when you give it to your head of biology, you might want to tell them that...
the lens in your eye is like the lens in a camera.
Okay, now I'll try again. Doesn't always work first time, unfortunately. It depends on... it seems to depend on what you're using to play it, and I'm using Win DVD, which is on my laptop and seems to work perfectly every time. What happens with this is it comes up with play all or go for chapters. So it's really probably in a classroom situation a better idea to go for one of the chapters. You can start off with the introduction, the techniques, and then go through them. It would take about 30 minutes. But as we've got a star here, I don't know.
Jim Morton is using an animal model for a human disease.
The lens in your eye is like the lens in a camera. It's used to focus the light on the back of the eye so you can see the picture clearly. To do that, the lens has to be transparent. When you have a cataract, your lens becomes opaque, it becomes cloudy. And eventually it becomes so cloudy that no light gets through. And at that stage, the person is actually blind.
Okay, actually, I won't go any further with
There
that.
are lots of different causes for cataract, but we know...
I'm not quite sure how I get to the bit with David in it,
No,
so I'll leave it for you
No,
to have a